What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to another deck profile. Today we have a red-green Burly Surge deck profile. This is definitely more of a budget version. I do not have the capability to buy some of the cards that are needed for the true version of the deck, but I still think that this deck works amazingly. It's very aggro mid-range kind of deck. I know those are two completely different styles of play, but that's kind of the best way I can describe it. You can really go aggro really early in the turn, and then later in the game on like turn 4 you can just drop like 5 double strikes on the board at once. So it's pretty good in my opinion, even without a lot of the extra support and expensive promo cards and stuff like that that the deck normally has. So let's go ahead and go over what the leader does. On the front side, it's just auto once per turn. Whenever you combo, you can draw 1 card. That's it. Fantastic ability because you can do it on either person's turn. So whenever you're defending, you can drop a combo and then draw a card. It makes arrivaling really smooth because you can arrival super combo, draw 1, and then arrival your card. So you didn't really lose too much in terms of hand advantage when you were arrivaling. Fantastic. And then there's a lot of cards in the deck, or there's a couple cards in the deck that already draw 1 when you combo anyway, so you get to draw 2 when you combo with your leader. Then your Awakened Surge, put 2 cards under it, untap 2, draw 2, and then the backside is where this leader gets where he gets ridiculous. So he's Activate Battle on either player's turn, obviously. You can either choose a card in your drop area, combo with it, and then give this card double strike, so it's really good for defense on your opponent's turn. If they're about to go for game, you can beef yourself up a little bit. Or you could just use the secondary effect where you choose one of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier, and kill it, which is amazing. The only reason you'd ever use the front side, honestly, like the top portion during defense right now is during this meta with unisons, because you can't really pop a unison with the secondary effect because it's not a battle card. But I found that first effect helps really well defend against unison swings and stuff like that. It's really good. So yeah, that's the leader. Next, let's go ahead and get into the extra cards because there's very little extra cards in this deck. So we're just going to go ahead and go over those first. First, we're going to go over our negates. We're running just a few of them. 4 After Image and 3 Unending Awakenings. I feel like Unending Awakening is a kind of a slept-on card in red, in my personal opinion. I think it's a fantastic card. It's a 1-drop red negate, and whenever you use the negate, you give your leader, your red leader, a red Saiyan leader, I believe it is, plus 5k for the duration of the turn, which is absolutely amazing, especially in the Burly deck, because you can negate. Now he's at 20k for the rest of the turn, and then when you use your first ability to combo from the drop area, you already have that extra 5k on your leader. So great card. And then After Image technique is just really self-explanatory. It's a fantastic negate. And then we're going to play 2 Dormant Legend. We are playing the Goten. I didn't want to play too many Dormant Legend. 2 feels just right to me. I might bump it up to 3, we'll see. But so far I've been just fine with 2 because you don't really need to use the Goten every single turn. You just want to get the Dormant Legend into your drop area as early as possible. And so I didn't want it to get in my hand. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to like clunk up my hand with Dormant Legends. So 2 is just fine for my personal opinion. I haven't had that situation where it's ended up in my life yet. It could happen. But if you guys have that problem, let me know in the comments. So that's it for the extra cards. Next, go ahead and get into the battle cards where the bulk of the deck is. I believe this deck is 54 cards right now. I want to get it down to 50, but I don't really see that happening in my honest opinion. So we're playing 3 Saiyan Kaba. Really fantastic card. Helps you with your self-awakening because you do need to be at 3 life to activate Broly's effects on the backside. So Kaba really helps with that. Plus he's a 15k double strike when you do so. So it really helps you get rid of unison cards, getting rid of 2 markers on unison. That's a great effect. And also, you know, that early pressure of a 15k double strike. And plus when you swing with him, give him that 15k double strike, it kind of encourages you to combo on your front side because then you can draw a couple cards on your front side as well. So you can get Kaba up to like 20 to 25k double strike on turn 1, which is like amazing pressure. Your opponent's going to have to take that life because they're not going to be able to combo out of that. Next, we're going to be playing 4 Chi-Chi Motherly Majesty. This is one of the cards I was talking about. Her auto is whenever you combo with this card, as long as you have 2 multicolor cards in your energy, you can draw a card whenever you combo. So that's great. So you can't really use her till turn 2, but that's not a big deal. Either way, even whatever you combo with Burly, you get to draw. So either way, it's really good. Then we're gonna have 4 of these Sun Goten Strong of Hearts. Fantastic, amazing card. This is what's gonna help you get Dormant Legend in your drop area. Goten says you combo with this card, and then you look through your deck, take a Dormant Legend. Pretty much, it's technically any field card, 2 or less, but Dormant Legend, put it in drop area, and then if you have 5 or less cards, draw 1, and then you untap 1 energy. You might not have the 5 or less cards because this deck does draw pretty decently on the front side, but you always will be able to untap 1 energy as long as you put Dormant Legend in your drop area when you combo the Goten. So he's basically a free 10k, which is amazing. Then we're going to do our check lands. Burly, Demonic Origins, great card in my personal opinion. You're just going to use it for your check lands, but he does have a pretty cool effect. If you're going to play him, you get to look at your opponent's hand and get rid of a card. So, I mean, that's a great effect. So, if you ever do need to play him and kind of push for game a little bit, I've done it, but it doesn't really come up very often. Next is probably in my personal opinion, the best multicolor super combo in the game. I think Android 18 is great. I think the Zamasu is great. I think the Jiro is pretty garbage, depending on the deck. But Nappa super combo honestly kind of goes crazy. You can combo with him, Arrival, and then he plays onto the field. So now you either have a 10k on the field to help swing at your opponent's leader before they're awakened, or because he's on the field, you can just do it again. You can Arrival again because you have another Nappa super combo. So essentially every Nappa super combo, you basically have 8 technically in your deck instead of just 4, because he's going to combo, then play on the field, and then you can combo again. So honestly, amazing super combo in my personal opinion. Giving Nappa a double strike on turn 1 is like one of the best things you could do in this deck. You can swing with lead, and then drop a Nappa super combo, get your leader to 20, draw a card, Nappa comes into play, and then you can swing with Nappa and then give him a Champa. So now he's 20 double strike on turn 1. Amazing way to apply pressure. Next, this is a little bit of a tech card. I just love this card though. Piccolo, Master and Pupil. This card is a auto burst 3, and then you look at the top 5 cards of your deck whenever this card swings, and you can add any card that has a combo power of 10k to your hand. So that's almost your entire deck. So fantastic, in my personal opinion. He's going to help you fill up your drop area. We are playing 1 Kaioken in the deck. I might bump that up to 2, who knows, but it was just because I noticed that getting to the 20 cards in drop area was almost impossible in this deck. So adding in this guy kind of does help a little bit if you want to go that route. Next, the 3 Champa further destruction Champas I was talking about. This is honestly one of the best cards in the game, in my personal opinion. One of the best cards in general. Giving anything double strike, making anything a lethal threat. Literally, like I said, making your Nappa super combo, which is a 10k, a lethal threat, making it 20k double strike. So I mean, you can end game that way. It's a fantastic card. Then we have 3 Vegeta the Cruel. This is just a 2-drop, basically 2-drop 15k, make your opponent lose a card and pop something. I love Vegeta the Cruel. I think he's a great card. Whenever you get a chance to play him, I play him. Your opponent has to warp a card, which is always great. And then, like I said, he's a 15k. Give him a Champa double strike. Now he's 25k double strike. Always a threat. Then we're going to play 3 of the Broly Rapid Barrage. This is one of the Brolys that requires Dormant Legend to be in the drop area for you to play it, and you can only play 1 copy. Auto, whenever you play this card, choose up to 2 of your opponent's battle cards, neg them by 10k, or no, sorry, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards, neg it by 10k until the end of your opponent's next turn, so that's really good. They're going to stay with that minus 10k even on their turn. But it does not ignore barrier. And then his other auto is whenever your opponent were to combo, you can drop a card from your hand and then choose one of the combos in their combo area and remove it. So really, really cool card. Works well with the 6-drop that we're going to play. Next, one of the best cards in this deck, in my personal opinion, 4 Infernability Cell. You can play the red version of this if you want to, that red Super Saiyan Goku. I just chose the Cell just because I wanted a little bit more green in the deck than red. But yeah, he's just a pseudo combo, tap 1, draw 1, so you can use him on the Broly leader effect. Whenever you want a combo from your drop area, you can choose the Cell, so then you're giving yourself plus 10k and a draw 1, instead of just choosing like your super combo, giving yourself plus 10k. So I think that's fantastic. And then obviously on the front side, if you combo with that Cell on the front, you get a plus 10k and you draw 2. So really, really strong card in my opinion. 2 Champa and Beerus. These guys, fantastic card. I love them. I would maybe up it to 3. I haven't decided yet. I think I kind of like them at 2 though. What they do is you Arrival for 1 red, and then auto when you play this card, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards with 20k power or less, KO it, and then choose up to 1 of your other battle cards with energy cost of 6 or less, and I'll give it double strike for the turn. So it's a pseudo Champa, perfect destruction Champa. So works pretty well. Give something double strike. It doesn't give him a boost like the Furthering Destruction Choppa does, but it's still pretty good in my opinion. So you can kind of give like multiple things on your board double strike with this and the Furthering Destruction Choppa. Next, we're gonna play Raditz, Arrival of the Invader. Fantastic card, amazing, I love it. He's permanent. Whenever you have a multicolor card in your combo and in your energy area, you reduce his combo cost by 1. So now he's a free 5K. So this is an additional way to arrival in something. He's going to be one of your red green cards. He's only a 5K. He's not a 10K like your super combo is, but I mean he's still a free 5K red green so that you can combo with. And then his effect, whenever you play this card, you could look at your opponent's hand, choose a 35K or less, and put it to their warp, and then this card gains crit. So he's a 20K crit. Give him double strike, which with Choppa or Choppa and Beerus, and he either can become a 30K double strike crit, which is a really big threat. Next, we're going to be playing 3 of the 5-drop Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta Resonant Explosion. Arrival for 1 red. When you play this card, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards 4 or less, KO it. Doesn't ignore barrier, which is not great, but still board removal is always fantastic, and then he's a 20K double strike. And then you can't play copies of that card for the duration of the turn. And then finally, or not finally, next we have the 6-drop Burly Tragedy Foretold, probably one of the best cards in the deck. One of the best battle cards in the game, in my personal opinion. Really, really strong. As long as Dormant Legend is in your drop area, you can play him, and you can only play 1 copy on the board at a time. And then he's auto when he comes into play. Choose 2 of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier, neg it by 15, so good board removal, and they stay negged for the rest of to your opponent's next turn. So if you want to choose one of their threats that are on the board already, like one of their big bombs, like a Secret Rare or something, you can go ahead and neg it by 15K, and it's going to stay negged while on your opponent's turn in case you don't kill them. And then his auto, whenever your opponent with a combo, you can choose one of the cards in their combo area and get rid of it and negate the skill for the turn. So fantastic. And then obviously give him some double strike, 40K double strike, amazing card. Next, 1 Kaioken Goku. I might want to put him up to 2. The issue with Kaioken Goku in this deck is, like I said, getting the cards to your drop area isn't very easy in this deck. It's a lot easier in a leader like Clash Coup. And then the other thing is, because your leader wants to be at 3 life anyways in order to activate its effect, Kaioken doesn't really get too much of a benefit. He still gets a lot of benefit, don't get me wrong, but it's not very likely that you're going to be able to get him out consistently. That's why I want to leave him at 1. So if it does come up, it comes up. And if it doesn't, it's no big deal. It's just 1 card. And I can either charge him or put him under my leader to awaken or whatever. But what does he do? For those of you guys don't know, he does a lot of things. Permanent, if you have 20 more cards in your drop area, or 20 more red-green cards in your drop area, you reduce the energy cost of this card by 2, so it becomes a 5-drop. And then auto, whenever your life would reach 1 for the duration of the turn, this card gains triple strike and dual attack, and it cannot be KO'd. So your life has to reach 1 for that auto to work. You can't play him with your life at 1, or it won't work. His auto won't work. You have to be at 2 or 3 or more life, and then his auto will activate. And then his activate main, you can take a life, look at your opponent's hand, make them lose a card, and then this card gains 25K power for the turn. So this card, honestly, I used to play this card back in Gogeta 7, Gogeta Shenron, I mean. He was a ridiculous powerhouse. You would just take cards from your life and then get them up to like 100K and then dual attack, triple strike. Your opponent's not going to win. And plus you rip cards out of their hand, they just don't win. So if he ever does come up in this Broly deck, I guarantee you he's going to be amazing. But it's just really a matter of getting there. That's the issue. It's not very consistent to get there. So that's why I like leaving him at 1. A couple other cards that are suggestions for you. There is a 4-drop Super Saiyan Gogeta Acrobatic Warrior, who I thought about adding into this deck as well. Whenever you were to arrival in the 5-drop Gogeta Double Strike, the one I just showed, the other Gogeta, the 4-drop Acrobatic Warrior, would come into play for free, and he's a 15K. So pretty good pressure in my opinion. It's for 1 energy, you got 2 battle cards out, and plus with the Nappa Super combo, that's 3 battle cards out. So literally for 1 energy, you got 3 battle cards on the board, applying pressure really early into the game. So I think that's a really good idea. I'll go ahead and show it on the screen somewhere so you guys can see what it is, for those you guys don't know. I kind of want to give the deck down to 50 cards. I don't think it's going to happen, so I feel like the next best thing is try to get it to 60. We'll see what happens. If you guys want to see more profiles like this, let me know. I'm getting more cards tomorrow when the set releases. I don't think I'm going to be opening a box or anything, but if you guys want to see me open a box If you guys are interested in that kind of thing, I can try to open one with the rest of my team. Let me know in the comments below, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.